So this is a mathematics Pearson's paper 3 calculator higher tier exam for summer 2017. It's an hour and a half long, so let's get started. The first question relates to Venn diagrams. So the first part says complete the Venn diagram to represent the information. So I'm going to put A there, I'm going to put B there. And then let's put in, so what do we see in common? Well, I see 15 in common between these two, so I'll start off with 15 and then just put everything else into A. 3, 9, 21 and 27. And then for B, well, we've already got a 15 in there, so 5 and 25. And then E is odd numbers less than 30, so let's just put in the rest. So 1, 7, 11, 13, 17, 19, 23 and 29. And it says a number is chosen at random from the universal set. What is the probability that the number is in set A union B? So that means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there are 7 potential numbers out of a possible 15 that could have been chosen. So the answer is 7 over 15. So here are simultaneous equations. For question 2, solve these. So I'm going to use elimination because I see 3 x's on my equation 1 and 3x on my equation 2. So let's say, since we want to avoid any negative numbers on my y, I'm going to say 1 subtract 2. So equation 1 subtract equation 2. So 3x minus 3x, y minus 4y equals minus 4 minus 6. So this cancels. This gives us 5y equals minus 10. So y equals minus 2 because we divide by 5. And then we have y going back into either one. Let's put it into equation 1. So 3 x plus minus 2 equals minus 4. Take that to the other side, becomes a plus 2. 3x equals minus 4 plus 2. 3x equals minus 2. Divide by 3 on both sides. So we get x equals minus 2 over 3. So this equals minus 2 over 3, and this here equals minus 2. Okay, question 3. The table shows some information about the dress sizes of 25 women. Find the median size. So how many? So we count the frequency. So that's 2, that's 11, that's 19, and that's 25. So 25 divided by 2 will give us 12.5. So we know it's going to be here within this category. So dress size 12. Then it says 3 of the 25 women have a shoe size of 7. Zoe says that if you choose at random one of the 25 women, the probability that she has either a shoe size 7 or a dress size of 14 is 9 over 25, because 3 over 25 plus 6 over 25 is 9 over 25. So is Zoe correct? You must give your answer. And so Zoe, the answer is going to be no. Some of the women could have both size 7 shoe and size 14 dress. Meaning that it's not either or. There are some women that could have both those sizes. Question 4. So it says Daniel bakes 420 cakes. He bakes only vanilla cakes, banana cakes, lemon cakes, and chocolate cakes. 2 over 7 of the cakes are vanilla cakes. 35% of the cakes are banana cakes. So let's again just highlight vanilla cakes. Oh, don't know what happened there. Sometimes it doesn't want to highlight. Okay, well, we know that 35% are banana cakes, and the ratio of lemon cakes to chocolate cakes is 4 over 5. And so the question is, work out number of lemon cakes Daniel baked. So it says 2 over 7 is vanilla cakes times 420. So we know we have 120 vanilla. Then we can work out 35% of the cakes are banana cakes. So 35 over 100 times 420 gives us 147. So that's banana. And then we can say 420 subtracted by 120 from the vanilla and 147 from the banana will leave 153 cakes left. So we know there's lemon and chocolate cake from 4 to 5. So 4 to 9 times by 153 will give us the lemon. And then 5 to 9 times 153 will give us the chocolate. So this is going to give us an answer of 68. So it will give us 85. So therefore, the answer would be 65 because we're interested in lemon cakes. Question 5. In a diagram, AB, BC, and CD are 3 sides of a polygon. So AB, BC, and CD, sides of a regular polygon, P. Show that the polygon is a hexagon. You must show you're working out. Okay. So, let's say 360 divided by 12. Okay. Because we've got a regular 12-sided polygon here, so we divide by 12 to find the angles, or the exterior angle of the 12-sided polygon. So we've got here 30. So this is going to be the exterior angle, sided polygon. And then we can see that 180 subtract by 30 will give us 150. So if we have, for example, a square, this is going to be 90. It's going to be 90. Okay, and we know that the exterior of a 12-sided polygon is going to be 30. We know that the interior angle is going to be 150. So that's going to be 150. So the interior angle. And so the interior angle of P is going to be 360, take away 150, take away 90, because that comes from 360, which is entire rotation, take away the 150, take away the 90, so that gives 120. So then the exterior of P is going to be 180 minus 120, which we got from here, which equals 60. So we know that, choose a different color, this is going to be 120. So that's 120. So we know the exterior excuse me, is going to be equal to 60. And if we say 360 divided by 60 equals 6, then P has 6 sides, therefore it's a hexagon. Okay, the next question. Question 6. So we have density of apple juice, density of fruit syrup, density of carbonated water. So remember, I'm going to have my triangle, which is mass, density and volume. So we have that triangle. If I can write it out properly. This is D. This is V. Right, so essentially the question is work out the density of the drink. So let's work this out. So mass of apple. We're going to need the mass of fruit syrup. And we're going to need the mass of water. So mass of apple is going to be 1.05 times 25, because we've got 25 centimeters cubed of apple juice. 1.4 times 15, because we've got 15 centimeters cubed of fruit syrup. And then we've got 0.99, because we've got 0.99 grams, times by 280 of carbonated water. So using our calculator, 26.25, 21 is 277.2. So the total mass is going to be all of those added together. So total mass is going to be 26.25 plus 21 plus 277.2, which is going to equate to 324.45. And then the total volume is 320. We know that because it's told there. So the density is going to be 324.45 over 320. Just from here, the mass divided by the volume, which is going to give us 1.01 grams per centimeters cubed. So 1.01. Question 7. ABC is a right angled triangle. Calculate the length AB. Give your answer correct to 3 significant figures. So Toa. Right, so let's label. We have the hypotenuse here, we've got the opposite here and the adjacent. Remember, this is hypotenuse, this is the opposite, and this will be the adjacent. So what do we want? We want to find AB. So we want the opposite, and we have the hypotenuse. So we're going to use this one here. So we say sine, what's the angle? 23 equals x over 15. So remember, it's going to be the opposite over the hypotenuse. So then we just rearrange. So 15 sine 23. We use our calculator to give us 5.86 centimeters to 3 significant figures. Question 8. A square with side of length X is inside a circle. Each vertex just means corner of the square is on the circumference of the circle, so that means just touching the circle. The area of the circle is 49 centimeters squared. Work out the value of X, correct to 3 significant figures. I'm going to draw my very badly sketched circle, but you get the idea. Then you have a square. Again, this looks like a rectangle. Let me try that again, actually. I'll try and make it a little bit better. So we've got a circle and a square inside. Okay, that looks reasonably better. So we know that each one of the sides is going to be X. Okay. And we know it's touching at this point. It's touching there, touching there, touching there. And the area of the circle is 49. So the area of a circle, our formula is pi r squared. So this equals 49. So essentially we can rearrange. So we say, therefore, r equals the square root of 49 over pi. Right? And then we can simply say that if this is touching the circumference, and that is touching the circumference, we have a right angle here that is based on the circle theorem rule. So circle theorem rule. Which is the fact that if we have two lines subtending from... Sorry, I just realized I misspelled theorem. That's better. So if we have 2 points subtending from the same arc, then they will have a 90-degree angle. Okay, we know that this is going to be isosceles. So now what we can do is say that these are radii. So we know that if we just use a different color, so this is R, this is R, so these are going to be the same. So we can write 39.5, which is actually, let's just use R. So if we use the square root of 49 over pi squared plus 49 over pi squared equals x squared, then we will get 31.194 equals x squared. This means that x equals the square root of 31.194, and because it wants us 3 significant figures, then we'll have x equals 5.59. So the answer is 5.59. So essentially what we've done is we've used Pythagoras here. So we've said Pythagoras which is a squared plus b squared equals c squared. We've said that this is our a, if you like, this is our b, and this is our c, and we just use that use a calculator to calculate this, square rooted here, and we found our x. Question 9. It says the box plot shows information about the distribution of the amounts of money spent by some male students on their holidays. Work out the interquartile range for the amounts of money spent by these male students. So interquartile is just basically the upper quartile. So I'm just going to say upper quartile minus the lower quartile. So this represents the upper quartile. So that's about 330 because it's in between two boxes. So 330. And then this one here is in between two boxes again. Each one is worth 20, goes up in 20, so that's 150. So that's 180. Then it says on the grid above, so B says on the grid above, draw a box plot for the information in the table for the female students. So let's just basically plot all of these. Now I don't have, again, a very precise hand, but essentially we've got 60, which is about here. Okay, and then we've got 180 as a lower quartile, which is about here. Should cross the line. And then we've got median 300, and then upper quartile 350, something like this. And then we've got largest is 650. So again, excuse the fact that I don't have a calculator. Then we draw that straight line throughout and just connect these two here. Okay, now it's not straight, but it should be straight edges all the way across, and you should have something that looks similar to this but a lot straighter.